Hey, how you guys doing? So, it actually was pretty recently where we discussed the School Idol musical, another kind of further diversifying of the Love Live series. But here now we are introduced to this. So, what is this? So, if you are curious, they have a countdown on their website. This is currently live, as you can see it. I'm not animating it. It's just a website, and this is all it really is here. Not a whole lot of text, but in 24 days, we know something's going to happen. Of course, the question is, what could this be? So I'll give you a link if you wanted to jump to this countdown yourself. This is for what they call the Suku Fesu cities, and what that means is Suku Suta is what the term we use for all stars. That's more or less what it translates to. And when you see Suku Fest, you generally think of School Idol Festival. That's the older mobile game, but they're using the terminology series. So I can go ahead and translate this into English for you guys to try to get a close equivalent to what it's saying here. It does bug out the clock a bit, but the idea is more like what this text can you guys read here. So of course this is going to be happening on the 25th of this month on a Sunday at 18 o'clock. I would assume Japan Standard Time. And they have this phrase here: something will happen in the Suku Fesu cities. So that of course is more focusing on at least the mobile game series. And of course the interesting thing is that they're using the terminology Suku Fesu. So that could mean School Idol Festival, the older mobile game Love Live School Idol Festival, as well as School Idol Festival All Stars. So what interesting thing could happen to both? Before I start speculating, let's look at the bottom where I have translated the copyright section. So try to highlight it to make it a little bit more readable. We have 2013 Project Love Live, more like School Idol Project. That's when the anime started for that. So that's the muse and stuff. We have the Project Love Live Sunshine, which is, of course, we know what Love Live Sunshine is. That's Akoa. And then we have Nijigasaki High School Idol called Nijigaku. And then they have Project Love Live Superstar. And in past that, we got K-Lab Games, Sunrise, and Bushiroad. Those are the ones that help make the games. K-Lab Games, when you boot the end, they would say Kureba Games and Sunrise, Bushimo. So these are the ones that have the characters and help make the games. So the fact that they're saying K-Lab Games, I mean, if there's stuff happening for a School Idol Festival, I guess I can make that can make sense. But they kind of remove themselves from All Stars unless they're reintroducing themselves again. Don't know about that, but of course the big focus is Liella Superstar. Why? Well, so we know Liella is in the older mobile game School Idol Festival, but they are not in All Stars, and people of course are requesting that heavily. And if you are able to pull up the game, they're not in there, though there has been songs from Liella in the game at certain points of times, especially when in collaboration with the anime. They would release the songs in a 2D format. So that means no 3D models of the girls in the game. So you can play the songs, but nothing really special. Other people are pointing out in recent updates that you can filter out for Liella. So of course, the big thing that people are thinking as we are going to get an expansion of girls in the game. Of course, this has been done before in All Stars with Shiriko, Mia, and Nanchu. Those girls for Nijigaku. Although we didn't have a countdown for it, it just kind of happened. Or rather, they were just suddenly introduced in the story, and then eventually they joined the game. But there was no countdown for that kind of stuff. But of course, we know this is a thing that's possible, and there's probably room for, on the page when you select the different groups, for Liella to be there. That's definitely what people have been asking for and requesting for a long time, and that would kind of make up for the serious lack of content that we had in All Stars. So you would think this is hopefully what they've been saving and waiting for. So that's definitely the big hopes that a lot of people have. In terms of regular School Idol Festival, there's nothing really new to add. They already had Liella in the game. They're already making cards. It's not crazy hard. They just make cards, arts, and throw in the songs and do the songs map, whatever you call that, for that. So I don't know if there's going to be anything super excited for that. But again, the thing is, they're kind of saying the series. You figured if they're just doing some kind of introduction to All Stars and only All Stars, they would have just said Tsukasuta, which is All Stars, but it doesn't say that. So that also makes me think, does that mean they are doing something that is for both? So what could that possibly be? Well, of course, the other thing that people are thinking about is, how about that idol VTuber thing that they talk about? You know, that project that it's going to be focusing on live streaming, and all we got was an image of a phone. So that's definitely another question that people are bringing up. You know, is that going to be a thing? So that is another possibility. They could be just throwing that into Squall Festival. They could potentially be throwing that both at All Stars. But my guess is probably not. That's a little bit much. But, you know, I'm not saying no to it. That's kind of a lot to just suddenly happen. But I would be more than happy to have that happen. But my guess is it's probably not. But, you know, something should be potentially happening with Squall Festival if they worded it this way. I know it's not a guarantee, but, you know, it's got to be something big if they're borrowing to put down a countdown and trying to hype us up. I know some places put countdowns to hype people up, just get disappointed. Hopefully they're not doing that, because that kind of seems a little silly and stupid to do, and that'll make a lot of people mad, so I am assuming that's not the case. I know some other people are trying to throw out the possibility of they'll just straight up make a new game. So like another Suku Fest game that gets added to the series. But the thing is, if they have Squall Festival and Squall Festival All-Stars, do they really want to maintain 3 games? Or does that mean they're going to shut down one and transition to another one? You know, I guess that is a possibility if they want to add a new game that focuses on newer groups. But I don't know, that kind of feels like that's pretty unnecessary if I were to be honest with you. They already have a very competent game in All-Stars. I know people have their gripes with it, but it's one of the better idol games out there that I've played, and I really enjoy. So it seems kind of silly to just abandon it and try to make something new. And, you know, I understand All-Stars is kind of focusing on, you know, Nijugaku, but perhaps they want to add Liella in there and then make them kind of a dual focus for the new girls, or even further on, you know. But, you know, these are just guesses and whatnot, so of course we don't know. We're gonna have to wait. But the fact that you can see a lot of signs pointing towards the fact that, you know, people have been asking for Liella. We got the 9 girls. Who knows if it's gonna expand past that? But we've added some content that have hinted at that. I mean, we literally see Love Live Superstar being put here, so that tells us, you know, it's going to be involved probably somehow, you would think. But of course, these are just guesses. Another thing that I definitely will mention is that if you are paying attention to the story in All Stars, is we're currently on the intermission. Intermission is we're between seasons of stories, and this happened, you know, before Mia and Namju's story of season 2, which everybody loved a lot. But now I think we're heading season 4, I believe. So this is definitely potentially the introduction of season 4, which could be Liella joins or something like that. So those are definitely a lot of the points that people are talking about, and if I had to make the guess, I think it's probably Liella joining. No signs definitely seem to point that way, and that's definitely my hope. I don't know if anything more past that's going to happen. And, you know, I mean, we can look at the background. It's just a stage. I don't know if this has to do anything with the musical. That I feel like it's a little much, especially because they just talked about it. So I think that would be a little far-stretched. But you never know. I'm assuming it's just because it's All-Stars. They have a stage, girls performance stage. That's probably it. I'm not entirely sure if this red pinkish color is going to make me think about anything, potentially. I know Muse is pink. That's her color, but that's... I'm going to assume Muse is not going to do a whole lot here. Some people are like, but what about Saint Snow? And Adai's... Yeah, right. Unfortunately, that's probably never happening. So I don't know if anything has to do with the colors here. And like, if you want to look at the numbers, there's 5 lights on top. Is that a homage to Superstar? Or you look at the shades and I don't look like 4 side star. I don't know. I feel like that may be going too much, but I mean, we just see a bunch of lights. So I don't know. I don't know if how deep I want to get into this analysis here, but those were definitely a lot of the ideas that I have been thinking, and I'm hoping Liella. I don't know if VTubers are gonna be involved because, you know, but that would be something big enough to have a countdown for, even though I don't even know if they ever done a countdown before for Love Live. But you know, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Or if you want to stare at this countdown, you can. I'll give you a link in the description. But let me know what you guys think and what you guys want for this. And once we get closer, I guess we can see what this countdown leads to. I don't know, heck. Maybe I can even live stream when the countdown is done if I am not going to forget. Who knows? Maybe that could be a thing. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And hope to catch you guys in another video soon.